Welcome to Investors Insights. Today, I want to talk about the housing market and supply and demand that impacts housing. So, there's a lot of conversation, discussion about housing prices going up. And a lot of the focus is on the demand for housing, which is driven by interest rates. And that makes sense because we can see interest rates move every day. And we all know that the 30-year mortgage and 15-year mortgage, that most people buy houses using debt. And so the cost of debt is very important for the demand of housing. So as interest rates fall, people can afford more houses, so prices typically rise. But the other side of the equation is just as important, even though it's not covered nearly as much, and that's the supply of housing. So if you look over long periods of time, the U.S. typically needs to be building at least 1.5 million houses every single year just to keep up with the expanding demand. And demand comes from, individuals graduating college, getting married, starting a family, needing houses, just demographics. As people get older, they need a house. They move out from their parents' house, or people move to the country through immigration. And so every year, we need to be building at least 1.5 million. If we don't build that many homes, then we're falling behind. You can see on this chart that it has been over a decade since we've built over 1.5 million homes. So what that means is that we have a huge reduction in house supply compared to the demand that is produced every single year. So not only are we going to need to see interest rates possibly rise, but we're also going to need to see construction really pick up to a rate to at least keep up with demand. And so it's really going to take a lot for us to work off this excess supply. And so that's something to watch on a long-term and intermediate-term basis. When you hear about housing prices potentially collapse, you can see back in the pre-financial crisis, we overbuilt homes. That certainly is not the problem here, and I don't see it being a problem for a long time. I hope this was helpful and informative. If you'd like to talk about this in more detail, please don't ever hesitate to give us a call. I hope you have a great rest of your week.